A warm welcome to Anuradha Vedic Astrology. Today we are going to take up a topic on eyes in our medical astrology series. But before that, a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing, subscribing to our YouTube and Spotify channels and writing in your comments and suggestions there. In case you haven't subscribed to us till now, please do, and do remember to press the bell icon so that you can get the updates ASAP. So, when we talk about medical astrology, there are many things that we would want to see. Venus is well positioned in our chart. It gives us so much. But Venus, which is not well positioned in our chart, in debilitation, can give gynec issues. We've talked about this in our debilitation planets and medical issues also. But Venus has many other rules. It is also known as Shukracharya, and it being the ruler of the second house of the Kalpurush Kundli also gives one eye diseases. Similarly, the sun and the moon also talk about eye diseases. So when we are talking about diseases as such, we have to see in the chart how the problems that a planet can create. So when we are specifically talking about the eye problem, we need to talk about the houses and the planets. The first house that we need to consider in terms of houses is the second house. As I said, the second house represents your face and it also includes your eyes. So the second house and the 12th house, because the 12th house talks about your left eye. When we talk about the lords of the houses, the lord of the second house and the lord of the 12th house, corresponding to the houses that we're talking about. Then the planets. In case of planets that we are talking about, the sun is said to rule over the right eye, whereas the moon rules over the left eye. And the planet Venus is given the jurisdiction over both the eyes. And when somebody has a beautiful Venus, it also shows that the eyes of the person should also be good to look at. So we will consider all of it a very important part when we are judging the planets and the houses. The nakshatras cannot be far away. What is important to see in nakshatras, first and foremost, is the Aslesha nakshatra. Then we have the Purva Falguni nakshatra to talk about. Another nakshatra that follows suit is Rohini. And the Shravana nakshatra is also a nakshatra that one should see when one is talking about eye issues. I have also found that the Mula nakshatra is very important in terms of diseases. It can also give eye problems. Another nakshatra is Purva Bhadra. Generally, you will see people having a lot of dryness in their eyes. And these people can have their sun, moon, second lord, Venus sitting in this nakshatra. In that case, you will see that these people get on to wear eye lenses or specifically specs quite early on in life. One very funny and yet extremely to the point thing that I found is that in the chart of the father or the mother, if the Uttar Bhadra nakshatra is prominent, it gives the father and mother a happy married life, but it brings the child to an issue that the child may have eye problems right from a young age. More so when both the parents have a prominent Uttara Bhadrapada working. Apply this principle. Do let me know whether you find that working in your charts. Because I have applied it across charts and found it working without fault. So the example that we take here is from a Scorpio Lagna person. For a Scorpio Lagna person, the second house then becomes Sagittarius. It is on the Ketu Rahu axis and hence the second house has inflictions. The second Lord Jupiter is aspected by Saturn and Mars. Why do I say Saturn and Mars? They are in conjunction, and as per many exalted astrologers, they do give their combined effect on the planet. What more, Mars and Saturn together throw their energy on Moon, which is in the 8th, from Cancer, that is, it is in Kumbh. When we talk about Sun and the Karaka Venus, Sun and Karaka Venus are there on the Lagna and they are with a strong retrograde Mercury, which is also the 8th Lord. So we see that the Karaka, the house, and the house lord are afflicted, and the person has been wearing specs from a very young age. Since the 8th lord is also involved, and we know that in medical astrology it does have its own importance, hence the person, we can say, has hereditary issues regarding eyesight. When we talk about the second example here, we see it's a Capricorn Lagna chart, and the second house is also that of Saturn. Now, Saturn is sitting in the 5th house with Mercury, Sun, and Jupiter. They're also malefics of Sun, and the benefics are Mercury and Jupiter. Hence, we see that the combined effect of all these planets are there on the second house, thereby saving the second house. Because with a strong Rahu aspecting the second house, the person could have had real issues. In fact, during the moon dasha, the person, during the sun dasha, the person, a young boy, had had problems with the chemicals that he was playing with in the lab, and not to say much, he had accidentally spilled something in his eyes, and that quick action helped him come out of it. Nevertheless, he did end up getting specs. And we see that moon is safe. However, its dispositor is in the 12th house with Ketu. Venus, the Karaka of eyes, has an aspect of Mars, a strong Mars of that. So there is a lot of malefic as well as benefic influences on the second house. So his eyes were safe, but he does have power. So just going back on the nakshatras, we see that a prominent mula is working in both the cases. In the first case, Ketu is positioned in mula, and in the second case, we see that the Mars, a retrograde 12th lord, is 11th lord in the 12th house, is posited in the nakshatra of Mula. So these nakshatras, these planets, and these houses, that is the second house, second lord, 12th house, 12th lord, Sun, Moon, Venus, nakshatras of Aslesha, Purva Falguni, Mula, Shravana, Rohini, Uttar Bhadra, and Purva Bhadra are important when we are looking at eye issues. Till we meet with you again,
hit the bell icon for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on the videos, and please subscribe to our channel.